the next stage is now that we have the line on the actual paddle, is we want to start forming it to make it look like a real paddle instead of something very square edged. All right, so the paddles do not come perfectly flat, so we'll be providing a few pieces of wood just to hold it sturdy, and you want the working surface to be such that you can get at it, not over on this side but near you. And then we'll provide different types of clamps, and what you're going to do is clamp your paddle down. Now what I suggest is that you put a little piece of wood, and we'll provide that underneath, and that helps protect the paddle from having little divots from the actual clamp, okay? The C-clamp or this particular clamp. So how do you shape it? Well, remember you have a reference line. I always like starting off with something like this. It's quite aggressive. It's called a rasp. And what you're doing is you're shaping it towards that line, okay? And so it's a great tool. And what you're doing is, and this is where you're going to actually get a little bit of a workout, okay? And you get to appreciate some of the work that goes into making an actual paddle. Whoops, I probably should have put 2 clamps on it, but just for the sake of this video, I'm just speeding things up. So that's the one device you can use, and that's very, very aggressive. You can see the wood coming off. And the other one is this little plane here. And it's kind of like a cheese grater, but what that does, it does a little finer job, okay? And there's physical exercise in this, so it's not, I won't lie to you, but that's half the fun of it. And that's what makes us all happy, is a little bit of hands-on exerting energy to make something shape. Okay, so, and then what I would do is, I'm not going to bore you with doing the entire paddle here, but just to show you the process. So this device here, and it will accumulate little amounts of it as this grater goes across. Again, it's a little finer, so I would start with something like a rasp, and then go with this, and then you go, wow, and let's pretend this is near the finished surface. I would use a piece of sandpaper. And if you know nothing about sandpaper, remember, the lower the number, the coarser the sandpaper, or more it takes off. We have sandpapers 80, 100, up to 220. So to use a piece of sandpaper, and I stress this is an important part, is what you should do is not use it all at one chunk, but just because we will have, maybe we'll already have it nicely folded for you, who knows, but this will give you so what you do is you fold it to break the back of it, and like that, okay? And then if you fold it in half, and then again use your oh my, what a beautiful job. and then what I would do is get all the little fuzzies off and make it a happy paddle that who knows, maybe somebody very short will use someday actually in the water. Okay, but you slowly are forming it, and then you would form all the sides, and it'd be a beautiful thing. So that's the tools to really shape it. And if you're really serious about making a unique shape, some of the instructors can use a jigsaw for you and actually shape the paddle into a different shape if you want so. So we do have a jigsaw where we can actually cut the shapes unique. Okay? So that's this part, the shaping element.